Okay, I'm going to start with a new file and select a part from the templates. So new file, templates, I'm going to go to the bolts and pick up one of the standard bolt as an example. So that's the part I'm going to create the sequence for. So if I right click on it and go to copy, I can make a copy of it, then right click to move and move it. And now if I double click there, I get 7. And so I'm going to remove the 7 and 8 because the operation is extrusion of 7 and 8. And the volume difference that I have to now compensate is shown there. So I'm going to select number 6, and in number 6 I'm going to add that volume. So I will have the same volume. So if I look at the volume of all my preforms and the part, they will be the same. I'm making another copy. I'm moving it down. This is number 11 union. And now I'm actually extruding 5 and 6. So I'm going to remove 5 and 6 and now add that volume to 4. That's the volume difference. So I'm going to add that volume to number 4. Make sure that you change it to the primitive to which you want to add. And now I got the preform here and it has the same volume. Throughout my volume has to be the same. I'm going to create another copy of it. I'm moving it. Now in this operation, I'm going to add clearance because heading is going to involve clearance. So let's say 2000. That will change the clearance of all the components by 2000. So the diameter now is 373 instead of 375. And I'm going to create the head. Head has to be changed to a cone. So I'm seeing the volume of the head, which is primitive 1, 2, and 3. That's the volume. That's the volume I need to have it in the cone that I'm going to replace these primitives with. So my next step now would be to create a guide portion, a straight portion, and then a cone. So what I'm doing here is taking that diameter of 373 and choosing whatever length I want to as the guide. So that is the guide portion. And now I have to see what volume I have it of this. And the balance volume, that's the volume between 1, 2, and 3 minus 13. That's what I should have in the cone. So this was my volume I needed, and I'm subtracting it, the volume of the guide portion. That's the volume I should have in the cone portion. Okay, so I'm going to create a cone. And here in all the primitives, you can, instead of length, put the volume that you want. I'm going to put the volume that I need for the cone, its diameter, and the angle. So that makes the cone. And what I'm going to do now is I can delete 1, 2, and 3. I am going to explode it and then delete these. Again, just placing it over that primitive, then deleting it over it, and then deleting it. So I have deleted it. Now I'm going to put together the primitives and make the preform, which will be 13, 14, 4. Created. So I've created the preform, placed it, moved it there. Now the last one is just going to be a rod. I'm going to create a rod with the diameter that I want. Let's say 370. And I'm going to change it to volume so I can put the volume. This volume has to be the volume of the part. The wire blank has to be the volume of the part. So I'm now going to move it do this one. So basically that's my progression. One more step I should have done is, even though I have only one primitive, I should have converted that into a union. If I want a dx out to get, I can create a dxf of this design.